Well, I know about some double ponds down here. There's a trail right back down there, about 200 yards, and then you pull off, and it's about a 100-yard pull through the trees with your kayaks. Duell's currently taking his on down. We have a little wheelie thing we borrowed from a friend. Just waiting on Duell right now. There he is right there.
You can't get down that brush very far with the wheels.
Did you take it all the way to the water?
Yeah.
Should've just waited.
Not with the wheels.
Yeah, I know. You should've just waited for me, because I'm gonna need help.
Well, this way I can sit and watch you struggle.
Yeah, there we go. So we got down to the water, and guys, this thing was just covered up by these little lily pads. So it's a really good thing we took the kayaks, otherwise it would be completely unfishable. Well, I either got a big old clump of weeds, or a fish just doesn't want to fight. Yes, it's a weed fish. Look at it, that thing's got to be 13 inches. Oh. Yeah, that's a crappie. Such a subtle bite like that. Ain't no way that's not a crappie, because it's a bluegill. That's a bluegill. Real subtle bite like that. Right there is a bluegill. Nib. Alright, we've been fishing these edges because it's a lot of lily pads, and we've thought that maybe they're sitting around the edges, but I kind of figured out. I cast out to the middle and you just let it sink, and this lake or pond is really known for good crappie. Big old bluegill too, and honestly there's a lot of big bass in here, but I've just been casting it to the middle and reeling it in real slow like, and I've been catching them pretty much every other cast, I would say. Duell's still, I think, committed to fishing the bank, and maybe he'll get on them, but we'll see. There's one. Oh, it was a crappie. Through the hook. Oh, try again. There it is. Ah. Duell's gonna come over here and say he didn't have any luck. He'll be all disappointed. He's real pessimistic when he's not catching fish, let me tell you. And I'll get him. I'll say, hey, I caught 30-something crappie right in here. I just let them all go. Alright, I said one more cast. I did 8, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch. We're going to the straight up like lime neon green. Oh, that looks good. You can see that in this water for sure. Oh, weeds. I think there's just a lot of weeds right here, so I'm gonna move on down a little bit. Get out. Maybe it's deeper in the middle. You know, I just stopped and started fishing where I caught the first ones. Caught a couple crappie off camera. So maybe I'll go on over to the left here. But I really want to stay in the shade. So I'm thinking we stay in the shade. Duell's looking pretty depressed over there. You doing okay?
What?
You catch any?
I caught one bass.
Decent?
12 inches.
12 inches. think I found out. Huh?
What do you got?
I caught about 8 or so bluegill and 3 crappie. The crappie all threw the hook at the boat. But I think I figured out where they are. I haven't fished past this point, but they're out in the middle. I'm just casting out a white beetle spin, letting it sink. I switched up to green though, because I'm curious to see if... I switched to black, and black didn't catch me anything. So now I'm on lime neon green.
Yeah. It's very hard to get a bite.
Yeah. I'd say Mark let us down on this one. Maybe we'll find a hole of them, because they are schooling fish, crappie. We're here for crappie, right?
I'm here for whatever bites.
Well, yeah, but I mean... Alright, I got a crappie. Don't you shake that hook. Oh, you golly! Every time! Right there! Right there! So, we're fishing this double pond, and basically when I say double pond, it's just 2 ponds that are connected by this little creek, which I just paddled through. We didn't have a lot of luck on the first section. We really expected to catch some crappie or something, so I moved over to this second pond in search of bass or something. And there's a bass. Well, not too healthy. We kept catching these tiny bass that looked like they were completely underfed. But honestly, at this point, we were glad to catch anything that would bite. Beggars can't really be choosers. Another bass. Oh, I'll set them down so the camera's a little more stable. About the same size as that last one. I bet you. If I stick a worm on, a floating worm, and put it up in one of those holes there, I can get a bass to hit. See how this worm just floats on top of the lily pads like that? I figured the bass were hitting frogs on top of the lily pads, so if I could get something on top without tangling up, we'd get into it. What you do is, you get your worm, and you make it weedless like that, so you can drag it on these lily pads, and these bass are feeding on the lily pads. So what you do is you cast it right up on these little pads here, just right up on there, like you don't even care. See how it just floats across there. There's one back there in the... Oh, there's one. Oh. Got him. He's not real big, but I got him. Boy, that's a nice bass there. There we go, guys. And that's how you do it. What I did there was, I don't know if you'll notice, but I let him hit it and then drag it under the weeds, because if you just set the hook immediately, you're probably going to set it on some lily pads. You got to let him pull it under first. But there's nice pond bass, so I'm going to let him go. So that pretty much sums up that trip. I got excited about a 1.5 pound bass. We ended up going to a pond out in the woods next, so part 3 will be coming soon.